What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on Luminescence LORCANA, and today I have a Ruby Amethyst deck tech for you guys. Now, this was a very popular deck in the early sets of LORCANA. I mean, it was even still prevalent in set 3, let's be honest. But for the first two sets, it was really the dominant deck. So it's very interesting to see how this deck kind of can make a comeback during the Bookie meta phase, because this deck can kind of keep up with Bookie in a way that it's just going to continue to do its own thing even with Bookie out there, and it's going to, achieve what it needs to achieve. So this is the deck list that I'm running, and you guys will see in some gameplay how it currently is running and stuff like that. There is a ton of different combinations you can have, but I think this is the one that's probably the most prevalent, and the one that can be utilized to the best of its ability right now in the current meta. So going into the one drops, we have 4 Pascals. So Pascal is there because Pascal and Crab together can take care of Diablo, which is really what is showing up right now in the meta. So anything that can take care of Diablo is really beneficial. So Pascal plus Crab can take care of Diablo. It can also take care of the 5-drop Pegasus, and it can take care of most of the evasive threats. So that's why I include Pascal, because even if, my opponent doesn't have any evasives, he's still going to then be able to quest. So he's very beneficial, especially as just being a 1-drop. And then 4 Rafiki's just there to, hit when he needs to hit. And then 4 of the Minnie Mouses, she's just really there for the bounce, but she also is good because she dodges a lot of the steal things that are going to be able to take her out early game. So I like to have her in there as well. 4 of the Snakes. Obviously, the bounce package is going to be in this. 3 of the Flynn Riders, he's very good because if you have him out there and like a Fox out there, it doesn't allow your opponent to be slow. It makes your opponent have to act on it, because otherwise you're going to be getting 3 lore at the start of your turn. So Flynn Rider has sometimes really helped me get to like 14 lore by the time my opponent is really building their board out, and by then I'm confident that I can close the game out before they can get to 20. So he is definitely a very beneficial card. Obviously, we have the Fox and the Crab in there. Obviously, those cards are there just for the balance effects and what they do. The Fox is probably one of the best cards with Rush in the game, and the Crab's just there to give the additional help when hitting. We do have 2 of the evasive Peter Pan. This Peter Pan is awesome because he's got evasive and rush, so he can take care of Diablo the turn he comes out if he needs to. So he's a really good card, as well as sometimes when your opponent doesn't have an evasive out there, you can throw him out there and just keep questing with him, and if your opponent doesn't have something that they can take care of it with, you'll win the game. So 3 of the Sisu, I think you can maybe cut this Sisu and play the other one, but this Sisu is good because it can take care of a lot of like the 1-drops. So if you're playing against any deck that involves Hiram, he can get rid of Hiram right away. Very beneficial. You can also take care of a Pegasus in the early game. I do like this card. I'm really just using it to help me shift to the biggest Sisu on turn 6, which is really what we're aiming for here. The 4-drop spot, we obviously got the Goat and the Crab combo. The Goat and the Rabbit combo. Using the Rabbit to draw is really good, and the Goat can close out some games. I'm pretty sure in the gameplay you'll see the Goat actually wins me a game at the end, or maybe that was a different one. Different deck tech that I was doing, but the Goat can honestly close out the game whenever. The Goat's such a good card. You should always use the Goat. He can. If you're at 18 lore and you get the Goat, you're gonna win the game no matter what. And then we got the Mauis. Obviously, he's gonna come out there, be a huge play, especially if you got a Flynn Rider out there. Nothing is gonna hit for more than Maui. Got the amount of Medusas. You could probably bump her up to 4. I've got her on 3 right now, but you could probably bump her up to 4 for sure. 4 of the 8-drop Sisu. This card is insane, especially because the Bookie deck is so prevalent on cards that have less than 2 attack. If you play a Sisu, it's devastating to a Bookie deck. And then obviously Brawl is there to take care of certain cards like Diablo and Ursula, Deceiver of All when they play them. 4 of the Friends on the Other Side. I was going to say Friend Like Me, but Friends on the Other Side just to get you the draw, and 2 of the Castle, because there's still a lot of decks that do not have answers for locations. So this is the deck list that I'm running, and you guys are going to see it in some gameplay here coming up, but it runs pretty well. I didn't really struggle as much as I thought I would. I was very shocked at how well this did in the current meta. I don't win as many games with it as I do with my Emerald Steel deck, but I still did win quite a few fair share of games with this deck. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get into some gameplay now. Off here on the gameplay with I've been going against Amber Ruby, and we are going first. So Sisu's probably not needed this early in the game. We'll keep the rabbit, we'll keep the mem. We're kind of gonna shuffle for a 1-drop here though. Like that. Oof, that Flynn's nice too, low key though. So we're gonna give up the 2-cost mem to play mini to pass. Alrighty. Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna have to give up the mem because I really want to play this Flynn, because even if they play something now that has more than 2 attack, we can still bounce the mini with the mim, hopefully, if we don't get another uninkable. We can still bounce the mini with the mim, and then hopefully we'll have a higher attack. So he's gonna establish his own, which is fine. Now we'll bounce. I'm not going to attack with the Flynn. I'm not going to quest with the Flynn. Because now he has to get 4 or higher. And if he doesn't, then we're looking better than him. Oh, he's going to brawl my Flynn, which is just honestly a lame play in general. I'm not gonna quest with the mim. Mother Gothel's fine, still isn't gonna be more attack than our Mim Fox. And then if they decide they want to attack my rabbit, I'm fine with that, because then I'm going to draw a card from it, so it honestly doesn't bother me. And if they decide to, yeah, Rapunzel here, that's fine as well, because Rapunzel can just get outed by Medusa next turn. Oof. I'm definitely going to end up singing that with my rabbit. Ooh, I'm going to end up singing it again with my goat. And I'm going to end up doing this to ink. I'll end up getting rid of the Rapunzel with Medusa. I'll end up getting rid of the Mother Gothel with my Fox. And I'm going to quest with my Pascal because they have no way of taking care of him as of now. So next turn we can keep the removal going with Medusa. Unless he of course shifts. The shift Mulan is kind of our biggest worry right now. And he doesn't get it, which is good. I'm always just going to trade there. I'm always going to go there. And we're just going to trade again into the Mulan. So now we have a better board state. And we kind of in a more controlling situation. So he's going to sacrifice his Medusa there and help us gain an additional roll. So I'm fine with that, honestly. Prince Eric, I'm not really afraid of. That's fine. We're going to just get the draw going now. So we'll ink the Rafiki. We'll bounce the rabbit. I could have, honestly, that was probably a slight misplay because I could have bounced the rabbit that has damage. So now it is worth it to quest out because he's probably going to send the Eric into the rabbit to banish a Medusa as well. Again, that was misplay on my part. I should have gotten rid of the rabbit with damage. So I just gave him the ability to do this, which is just foolish on my part. I gave him the ability to do that. Oh wow. The shift Sisu is crazy though. Do we need Maui currently? Probably not, so we'll just go double rabbit. Oh my goodness, why are we drawing so many Sisus? Why are we drawing so many Sisus? That was crazy. That was 3 Sisus in a row. Oh! The B prep honestly doesn't hurt us that much right now because of what we had out there and what we have in hand, right? So I definitely think we're going to use this to our advantage here because we're going to go boom, and then we're going to give it to himself, and we're going to go boom. And this gives us 2 bodies on board, but also makes our opponent have to play something, otherwise they're going to be at a disadvantage, right? So there's nothing we can do about the Maui currently, so I think we just quest, play, draw, bounce, and then play the Flint again. So now they have to go and take our Merlin crab, and then we can just give whatever +3 this turn. Then they have to play something else, but the way we're going, we're just going to continue to gain more than 1 lob. Oh, another B prep, which is fine because it's going to give us another draw. That Sisu is a lot better because now we can go this Sisu, then this to bounce that back, to play nothing because we really are in a bit of a predicament at this point. And when the Gothel comes out, when the Gothel can come out, that's fine. Not gonna have anything with 2 or less. Fine with this gonna come out. Fine with questing here and going boom, playing that back to pass. It's unfortunate because I don't want to play the Sisu unless I have to. Maybe I should have. Maybe I'm misplaying myself at this point. Okay, plays a different kind of Sisu, which is attack is based entirely on how many cards I have in my hand, correct? 1 drop. Ink that. Play that. It's still gonna have too high of a threshold for me to hit. We can hit that though. I'm stupid. I for some reason didn't think Medusa could hit. I get confused, I think, when we get into Ruby about what the strength range is, because Medusa hits 3, right? Okay, another B prep. Another B prep is fine, because we'll just go bang, and I'll just play it pass. If they get rid of this Sisu, that's fine. I have plenty of other Sisus to be able to do something against. They don't have anything to get rid of this Sisu, which is really nice, and that's should be GG's, because I'm gonna go like this, and then I'll play another Sisu, and it's gonna get rid of both those things, and that should be GG's. Yep, that's it, guys. Alright guys, going into another game here against Amethyst. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be the songs version, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna assume it's the songs version though, to be honest with you. I'm gonna send that back, because we have a 1, we have a 2, we have a 3. And we can just kind of farm around there. Those 2 uninkables is terrible to have right now, except the fact that we have this Sisu helps us shift, but that's just a terrible unfortunate drawback there. I honestly don't know how this matchup is going to be for this deck in particular. I don't play a lot of Ruby. I don't play a lot of Ruby Amethyst anymore. I played it quite a bit at the beginning of set 3, but then shifted to Emerald Steel, and that's probably the main deck I play now. But I do think Ruby Amethyst got more than people will give it credit for this set. I think it got some help. I don't think it got a ton though, I won't lie. Okay. Okay. Rafiki will go. That was a misplay, by the way. Rafiki shouldn't have gone there. The 2-drop Meta Mim should have gone there. Pardon me, guys. The Let the Storm Rage On isn't terrible. The only issue, actually, I don't know. Maybe it's not an issue. Okay. Still have 3 ink to play with here. Okay. I think the Mim no, the Mim stays. The Minnie Mouse goes. That goes. We hit that for 1 in the hope that, I guess now we just made our Mini susceptible to a spell, a song, which is foolish on our part. Now Storm Rage On kills the Mini. They don't have it though. Oof, they're gonna shift immediately though. I'm not gonna be able to attack Sisu. I still think the smart play is to go bang with the Mini so that we have the option to kill something. They're not gonna be able to really get the Sisu because of the evasive. Of course, unless they draw a song, which they really could at this point. If they don't draw a song, Sisu is definitely a problem for them, especially later on in the game. Because if they don't draw a song, then that means that Sisu can shift, and that'll get rid of most of their board at this point, especially if they decide to quest this turn. With the Queen, then we take the Queen, we probably hold them the Sisu and hope that they don't get another song, but they could have a song right now in their hand and take the Sisu while I'm even discussing this, which looks like they're probably going to do. Because I would take the Sisu if I was them. I'd use like whatever I could to just take the Sisu, because that takes the turn 6 shift. Which I think they're going to do the bare necessities. That's fine. You can take the Queen's Castle from me. Still hopefully going to get an ink. That's the only thing they can take though, is the bare necessities. Maybe now they'll decide next turn to take the Sisu. I'm not gonna quest with the Sisu. I mean, there's nothing that they can really do to get evasive, right? I mean, they could have a whole new... they have a Zeus, but they're gonna use it not on... Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't want to ink the Maui. I'm gonna have to ink the Maui. That's annoying. Let's pray that they don't have anything to take the Sisu at this time. Oh, well, the higher uninkable count in this deck is really coming to bite me in the bum. There is quest out, that's good for us. Whole new world. Whole new world will hurt us at this point. Grab your sword hurts us a lot. Whole new world hurts as well though. Whole new world does definitely hurt. It doesn't look like they have any of that though. Pass maybe? Okay. So we definitely go bang, bang, shift, bang, get rid of those two, and then quest here. I think we just quest that too, to be honest. I think we quest there as well, because then if they decide to take the queen into the Sisu, at least we get rid of that queen. And hopefully they play something. They're gonna let the Storm Rage on, which doesn't really do much because they're gonna trade, surely. They're gonna trade the queen with the Sisu, surely. There's no way that they don't. Feels like a no-brainer, unless they have a song they can sing with the queen that will do something. A whole new world with the queen, which is fine. That just gives us more. Yeah, that's fine. That's honestly more than fine. That's better than fine in my opinion. We definitely just quest. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. Okay. This is such an easy turn. Because it's going to return both, right? Yeah, this is such an easy turn. Trade there. No, that's the wrong card, sorry. Take that. So this is when, like, this deck is crazy because since we just shifted the Sisu, now we can theoretically shift the Sisu again if he decides to play something that allows us to do that. I mean, he could definitely just, but if he doesn't, we can just play the Sisu outright. This is a crazy game. We can play, okay, so grab your swords is actually pretty devastating to us, right? But it allows us to draw, and next turn we can play 2 goats anyway, or we can play 2 rabbits if we just, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So do we do 2 goats or 2 rabbits? I'm gonna go 2 goats. I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna be aggressive because there's nothing our opponent can do to take care of both, right? Goat is a heavier build. Now if you play something it doesn't have less than 2 attacks, so the CC is not gonna do much. But that's Aerial Sonic Warrior is not really gonna do much for our opponent in this circumstance. I'm gonna sing with the goat in the hopes that. Okay, we don't. I was gonna say in the hopes that we get something, but we didn't. I'm gonna just keep the draw going. Play the Flynn. Just continue to overwhelm our opponent on the side of the board. The Flynn's gonna maybe help us close out here, because if he doesn't play something with 4 and more attack, then we are going to probably win next turn. Alright, GG's. Unless they decide to take our Flynn, we're gonna win next turn because we'll go to 17 with. Ooh. Oh. The grab your sword is actually debilitating to our deck right now. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Okay. That's fine. We'll go to 15. And then we'll go to 16 if they take our other go. They don't take the goat. That is nuts. Because we're going to go boom, boom, boom. That is game because we have. Oh, we don't have another goat now. I thought we had another goat. I mean, that should be game anyway, honestly. Bang! And there you go, guys. Ruby Steel deck. Okay. Well, we don't really get a lot of 1-drops, which is not favorable. We don't need the goat quite yet. I don't mind this card, but I'm trying to think of any 1-drops that they might have. I mean, characters with 1 strength that they might have within Ruby Steel, and I can't really think of any. So that can probably go back. We might keep the crab for ink and then keep both of these. Maybe actually we'll give it the crab for ink and keep both of these in the hope that we get something better. Alright, we get a 1-drop at least. We're gonna drop one of the friends because we have way too many at this point. Our opponent plays Minnie Mouse. I'm tempted to just play the castle down, but I'm gonna play my other friends and play Minnie, so we don't have to bounce Pascal, and Pascal can come and keep his evasive, and the next turn we can play the friends. We can hard cast the friends if we need to for the draw. It's all really dependent on what they're going for here. Ruby Steel's not a deck you see very often. I found that each opponent that you play against probably has a completely different idea that they're trying to go for, which is fine. I think everyone should do the methods that they want to do. I'm gonna go do that because I think we really just need to start drawing. Now next time we can play the crab if we need to get rid of something that they have. Imperial Bow. You never know. Gains an evasive this turn, so he's going to be able to kill my Pascal. Kill my Pascal. Do that to get rid of his mini. He's gonna probably do the same thing with the weird bow. So our hand's actually pretty decent. We can sing Friends with the crab, and then bounce it if we need to. free attack right now. Oof. Okay. I think this mitten can go then. So that way they can trade into the goat if they want to. But trading into the goat is gonna take one of that Lumias, which makes the other Lumias susceptible to a brawl if we need to. Li Shang. What does he do? Your characters with 4 or more get +1 rolls to request for one more. So my brawl's actually not hitting any of them right now, which is unfortunate. Flynn can go Quest. We'll throw the rabbit back to our hand. I'd love to be able to hit one of them with the brawl, but we can't. Pass. So then he can only trade again. We're leaving that crab open because that way he can only trade, and if he gets rid of one Lumia, then it makes the other one easy for us to take down. But if he never does anything with those Lumias, they're gonna be really hard for us to stop. We're gonna have to just race him at that point. Okay, whole new world. That's pretty. It's pretty decent for him, but it allows us to do a lot. We finally hit the Medusa, so now that one of the Lumias is for sure gone, which is nice actually. So one of the Lumias is for sure gone. I'm gonna ink Rafiki. I'm gonna play an evasive Pascal. I'm gonna quest with a crab again, because that again makes them need to trade with us. So does the fox. I guess I could have quested as well with the Flynn. We also have Peter Pan, who has rush and evasive, which is nice. So Super Goof comes out. Super Goof is probably going to attack into there, because he won't die there. We'll give it to the fox. We really need to take care of that Lumia. Yeah, I wonder what his plan is here, really. Now we need to think about our plan, right? Need to think about our plan. Maybe it's a mini into Super Goof. That feels like a pretty good play. A Flynn into him feels like a pretty solid play as well. Bringing a Robin out to get the draw, playing a mini down, playing a goat just to get some extra lore, forcing trades with Medusa and Mim, and he can use the item to get Pascal, but if he does that, then that's fine. He's doing a lot just to get rid of something that's 1-1. gonna shift Robin Hood. That's a pretty good play. I mean, it's gonna die next turn. He's gonna give it evasive just to swing into Pascal, which just feels weird for me as well. Okay, so the Robin Hood dies, which is fine. And if he keeps only that alive, he's not gonna have enough to win because I have a Maui. I don't think he's gonna quest out though. He hasn't been questing the entire game. I think the plan that he has in his head is not gonna come to fruition in time. At least I hope. Yeah, so he leaves just the Robin Hood open, so we can punish that and go like that. Oh, it's hitting for more. I wish I would have realized that. We'll get a draw from it. He also gets a draw from it. So he's going to take care of two of his things if we do that. That's actually probably the play. Is now that we draw that Sisu, that gets rid of both of those. Play that to do that. Quest and quest. And that should probably see us out. I can't imagine that our opponent has anything here. Maybe if they have a B prep. But we still have a pretty solid hand if they do actually have a B prep. That top deck Sisu probably saved us there. Got rid of that annoying Lumiere. Oh, this guy does the same thing? Wow, that's a pretty good turn for him, not gonna lie. Okay. We need to be smart about this. About what we do. Hold up. Oh, he was alive. He was alive from last time. Okay. He gets rid of the goat, which helps us gain a law. We're gonna give him a draw because I'm taking out that Robin Hood no matter what. But trade Flynn. Okay. Hold up. I mean, he's got 3, so it doesn't matter. Go boom. Quest. Do that. Keep Sisu so he can't get rid of the Sisu. So now next time we can replay the Sisu if we need to. But we should be questing for 2 next turn and then we'll bring the Sisu out again. So now, essentially, if he brings anything out that has less than 2 attack, we're going to kill it. And then, so he's going to Storm Rage on, which won't kill anything that we have out. He'll get the draw from it. So now, essentially, yeah, so he brings out him. He's going to give him +1, but he's probably going to refuse to quest with him too. I'll refuse to do anything with that, which is fine. We'll just quest with our evasives. So we'll just quest without evasives. Okay. We'll bring Maui out to prevent him from getting anything from what he thinks he's gonna get. We'll boost that for now. I'll just keep questing with my evasive. And now next turn I win. I think our opponent's entire goal was to be able to get the 3 lore from Flynn Rider, but since we have Maui, he's not going to be able to do that. So he's going to let Storm Rage on, I'm assuming the Mim, to take out the one that he's already hit. That will prevent us from winning next turn, but it's not that big of a deal, honestly. questing for 3, 5, 6, 7. That's still not going to do enough. Going to give Flynn Rider evasive so they can trade that. Two attacker less does nothing for us, so Brawl can go. $18. And we'll just play this. And then we'll pass. They probably won't be able to get rid of the Sisu. So yeah, we win. Because they can only quest 4, 2, 4. Well, they can't even quest that, so they can go 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we quest for the game right now. Well played. And that is GG's. Alright guys, to see the video out, as always, we're going to go over the pros and cons of running Ruby Amethyst. So this deck is very, very interesting. It was a deck I ran a lot of up until probably the end of set 3 when I started running Emerald Steel, but this is a very, very interesting deck. It was a very, very good deck. I still like this deck a lot, and I think it does come with its pros and cons, especially in this set. So the pros of this deck is that you can use 8-cost Sisu and you can use Medusa. Those are 2 pros right there. 8-cost Sisu is ridiculous. I don't care what anyone says, that card is ridiculous. The fact that it can come out and wipe any character with attack 2 or less and it doesn't affect your side of the board at all is just insane. It can come out against so many decks that are prevalent in the meta and take care of so many of the cards that they have in their hand, that that they have on their side of the board, that this card, like 8-cost Sisu in itself, having access to this card, running Ruby to have access to this card in itself is a pro of running that color. That card is so good and it's ridiculous, as is Medusa. The fact that you can just target any card with attack with strength 3 or less and get rid of it is insane. And this deck's final pro is the fact that it's super easy to learn. I felt that, like, if I'm teaching someone how to play the game, teaching them how to play Ruby Amethyst is the way to go, because it's just really easy to learn. It's really easy to get used to. You understand what you're trying to do. You understand what you're trying to go for. It is an awesome deck. And it's very easy to learn, as well as being a very strong deck, and it has like a high ceiling. So if your skill level goes up as you start to understand and learn the game more, so does your ability and how far you can go with this deck for sure. The cons are that against Bucky it can be rough, especially if you don't hit your draws and you're just continuously having to discard. It can be a really, really tough matchup to play into. And then I only put 2 cons because the second con in itself is so big. It sometimes can be underwhelming, meaning like the deck itself is just sometimes not rolling out the way you really expect it to or the way you want it to, and that itself can be very like disappointing, and it can lead to a lot of games feeling stale, feeling like you have no real move, and by the time that you get a move, your opponent's really far ahead in the game. Sometimes this deck can feel like that, but like I felt like if you start to learn the mulligans and learn how you are gonna go and always having a plan when you're going into a matchup, you can really, you know, turn a bad hand into a good hand, or like turn a bad hand into like a good few plays and then extending the game and then eventually being able to take the game. But I did want to say that it sometimes can be underwhelming, and like that in itself is disappointing, especially for me in a deck. I don't like running any decks that feel underwhelming at any point, but like I still think it's a very solid deck overall. If you guys did enjoy this deck tech please video, please do like and subscribe. You guys have been amazing. All the likes and views I've gotten on my last few videos has been amazing, so I thank you guys so much. And if you guys did like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon with another deck tech. Peace.